It was when you were stumbling out of bed you heard an unexpected alarm coming from your phone. You slouched over to collect your device and dismissed the alarm, looking at the title. It was Katsuki's birthday. You knew he never enjoyed it. He thought that the attention of other students was too annoying for him to deal with. Honestly, you thought it was a stupid excuse for him to miss it. You and Bakugou had been together for quite a while, as well as friends for a long time. Bakugou was the one always getting in trouble whilst you had to deal with antics and keep him from blowing people up. You've celebrated his birthday and forced him into parties, but it never seemed to work. Maybe this time would be different, now that you two were dating. You were aware that it was a school day, so that meant you had to keep this surprise from him all day. And you told the rest of the class that you had something planned and they were going to help. You had planned a surprise party for your hothead, although it wasn't going to be one of the old tricks that you could see in a television show or movie. It was special. As you got into your school attire, put on your shoes, did your hair, packed your bag, you got an immense amount of text messages from classmates and friends about the party that had been planned. A portion of the texts had been warnings on how you could be putting your life in danger for throwing a party that he obviously didn't want. But you didn't care. You put your phone in your bag and made your way out of your dorm towards the school.
Traveler! Traveler!
The sound of someone's voice lingered behind you as you turned around to find Mina Ashido. You and Ashido had been friends since the first day of high school. She had been waving her hands in the air as she ran towards you with the biggest grin plastered on her face. She was now beside you, trying to catch her breath as her palms rested on her knees. You raised an eyebrow at her. It was normal for you two to walk to school, but she had never been this late to do so. You shrugged it off, thinking that maybe she had just slept in.
Sorry, but I got caught up on homework. I didn't get to do it last night.
And there you were, being the forgetful person that you were. You realized that you had not done your homework. You had been working on your gift to Katsuki the whole night. As Mina stood up straight and looked at you, she waved a hand in front of your face, making sure you were okay. You snapped out of your trance and looked at Mina, wide-eyed.
Shit! I didn't get to do it.
You complained and continued about how forgetful and lazy you were. You pinched the bridge of your nose and sighed. This allowed Mina to rest a hand on your back to try and calm you down.
Hey, it's okay. I'm sure they'll let you pass. After all, you have been working really hard on Bakugou's surprise.
You relaxed a little bit and you two continued to walk towards school. It wasn't far, but it took at least 6 minutes to get to the gates. Once you guys entered, there stood Bakugou. He looked down at you and smirked, then at Mina with a noticeable snarl.
Oi, raccoon eyes. Leave us alone for a moment. We need to talk.
Without any hesitation, Mina smirked towards you and nodded, leaving the scene to give you two lovebirds some space. Looking back down towards you with his crimson eyes, he smirked once more. Your height differences weren't too harsh, but were noticeable.
I know you've been plotting something. What is it?
The fact that he knew something was being planned only made you gulp. It was all supposed to be a surprise. How did it get to him? You wanted him not to be too suspicious, so you mustered up a lie.
Well, Katsuki, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was simply only walking to school. What's got your attention?
He chuckled and pressed his forehead against yours. He may have not been known as a total softie, but when it came to you, he seemed like a whole other person.
I'm still sure you're planning something. But I won't go and believe some extra's words before seeing it with my own eyes. I'll walk into class, dumbass.
Without another word, he removed his forehead from yours and grabbed your hand, walking towards the 1A classroom. Basically, everyone knew about your relationship, so Katsuki didn't mind showing his affection to you publicly. The entire school day had been filled with laughter and whispering. Katsuki knew something was up and proceeded to exclaim at the classmates that remained in the class. Most of the students, including you, had left the building outside.
If you damn nerds don't shut the hell up, I'm going to have to make you! Get back here!
And there he went, threatening the others and chasing them around the classroom. Meanwhile, you were working your butt off just trying to do everything in time. You and some of your various friends had been making trips to the dorms to get supplies, others setting everything up.
This should be the last thing, Sarah. Thank you for volunteering to help me.
Hey, no problem, traveler!
The last thing that Sarah had helped you collecting was a pastry that you had baked, the pastry that Katsuki enjoyed the most. Whilst you two were running errands between the scene and the dorms, the other classmates had finished the rest of the setup. The party was located beside a large cherry blossom tree. This was where you and Katsuki had your first kiss, which you thought would make the party better for him. A large banner would be the first thing Katsuki would be able to notice. The other classmates would be hiding behind the tree, waiting for him.
Katsuki Bakugou. Outside. Now.
Aizawa was the one that was supposed to send Katsuki out to the tree. Bakugou may have thought he was in trouble, hence why he hesitated before he made his way outside. Other classmates following and running out before him.
What the hell?
As Katsuki made his way out the door, he was blinded by the sunlight. Once he rubbed his eyes and squinted, the large tree came into his field of sight.
Happy birthday, Katsuki!
He read the banner and looked around, only to find you standing there, holding a bouquet of blossoms. And to his surprise, a large table filled with sweets and goods had been placed near the tree.
Happy birthday, Bakugou!
The sudden noise of the whole of Class 1A made Bakugou flinch, chuckling before he made his way over to you. He pulled you into a tight embrace, playing with your hair. He took this moment to take in your scent before releasing you.
Happy birthday, love.
Tuh, you're a pain in my ass.
We both know that's not true, though. You're going to love your birthday this year, and I can guarantee it.
Whatever, dork.
You handed him the bouquet and left a peck on his lips before everyone started making their way over to the both of you, all carrying various presents. Katsuki rolled his eyes and once again hugged you, only this time it was quick and short. It still made you two smile, though.
We all got you presents, Bakugou.
Kirishima shouted from the front of the group of students, carrying a larger package than what most were holding. Just like he wasn't a party person, Katsuki didn't like getting praise or prizes if he didn't accomplish anything worthy of it.
God damn it, you guys know.
Yeah, you don't enjoy gifts. Go on, we know.
Mina put the present she was handling on the table. It was probably best to let Katsuki open the gifts at the dorms to avoid the outburst of rage when he got something stupid. Of course, you would be there.
Let's eat, shall we?
Soon enough, the sun started to set lower and lower, the color turning from a beautiful orange and red to a darker shade of blue. The temperature dropped and most of the students were packing up their things and cleaning up after the party. You were standing near the tree and watched everyone. Katsuki took this chance to pin you against the trunk.
Shut up, dork.
You were cut off by Katsuki roughly pressing his lips onto yours, one of his hands on your waist and the other on your cheek. The kiss was only stopped when the sound of chattering and giggling could be heard from behind the both of you. And then there was a click.
You get back here, you little shits! Sorry, Buck Bro!
The sounds of yelling and tiny explosions only let a small sigh escape your lips. You took this time to sit down against a tree and watch until Nezu shooed Katsuki back to his dorm to prevent any more violence. You had everyone help you with bringing the presents back to Katsuki's dorm. There were quite a lot, actually. Once you all made it, you knocked on his door.
Katsuki, we have your presents.
The door only opened to reveal Katsuki brushing his teeth. He gave the rest of the class a scowl, hinting a small
"Leave me alone."
And with that, they placed the colourfully wrapped gifts in his dorm and left you two together. He gave you a confused expression when you reached into your pocket, pulling out a card. You handed it to him. He opened it and read, chuckling to himself whilst his eyes scanned the card.
Happy birthday, Blasty Boy. I know you've never enjoyed your birthdays because you don't enjoy them, or the attention is fucking awful. But you deserve it. You're my hero. And don't be afraid to take a break to relax with your friends. I love you, Katsu. Love, Traveler. Happy birthday, Katsuki.
I love you too, dumbass.
Bakugou pulled you into a hug, and you felt his lips curve into a smile as he nuzzled his face into your neck. It probably lasted a few moments before he pulled away, ruffling your hair. The rest of the night you spent your time with him. He opened his gifts and received a few things that were to his liking, and some that didn't necessarily float his boat. Even if Katsuki didn't enjoy birthdays, you thought this one turned out as one he wouldn't forget.